Hello, everyone. Well, in the spirit of keeping it real, I sat down at my desk and this is what I left from the last video that I did the last time I was actually sitting in my art room. Um, it's a little mess. Um, I'm finishing up on the clusters that I started in that video. I wanted to get the little mushrooms used up. Hang on. I don't know what it is about me turning the camera on and then all of a sudden um I need to either sneeze or blow my nose or cough or whatever. So anyway, I want to I don't remember where I left off with my sharing of my oh my gosh, my brain is just not working. Tony's October ATC challenge. Shoot, I should have looked that up. Let's see, number 19, 20. Let me see what's in my book. I've already actually made everything ahead of time. And then I've just been sharing them day by day. But I don't know where I left off. Oh, it looks like right here, maybe. Is this number 18? Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm good now. So, I'm going to just kind of move this stuff out of the way and start telling you guys why I've been MIA for, I guess it's been a week. I started, well, as most of you know, or some of you, or a few of you, I don't know. I've been in treatment for breast cancer for a couple years. I had chemo, I had surgery, I had radiation, and I've been on hormone therapy. And one of the pills that I take gives me pretty bad digestive challenges, let's just say. And it took a while to figure out the dosage that I needed. And so it turns out that I have been on the lowest dosage possible, but I still have digestive discomfort. And I just deal with it. I've been on the medication for 17 months. It's just something that I've just dealt with. My husband has IBS, and so I'm not unfamiliar with, potty emergencies and, constipation and diarrhea and extreme pain. It's just been like that for the 17 months that I've been on this medication. And I don't talk about it a lot, and I kind of try to play it down because, it's cancer treatment, and the alternative is a lot worse than what I'm going through. So, this past week, I started getting extremely sharp pains in my lower intestines, and it started on the left side, and it just was not pleasant. And so there were things going on in my life. The Mariners were, in playoffs, and I was stressed out watching the games, and it started on not the Saturday we just had, but the Saturday before. And I just thought, oh, I'm stressed out. And also my daughter was out of town. And then Sunday or Monday, she called. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. And she called me crying because she just woke up and she was super sick. Completely plugged head, bad sore throat, the whole thing. And it's not COVID or the flu or anything. She took multiple tests, so she's all good. Um, but so I was stressed out about her. So I was thinking that this stomach thing, which started on Saturday and then kept getting kind of worse and worse. And then it kind of felt a little better, but then that night, the pain woke me up in the middle of the night. It was radiating to my back. I'm going to try to share these as I tell my story. So this is from October 19th. It's Black Cat was the prompt, and I did a little ATC. So that's that. So because the pain was super bad and enough to wake me up in the night. So just so you all know, when you see things attached, I'm preparing for working in the journal to make the little journal pages. So that's what the extra stuff is for. So this is number 20. Yeah, that's right. It's purple and orange. And I made it on a tag. Or I made it into a tag, I should say. And I used some scraps and mostly just a lot of stickers. I really like this one for some reason. I don't know why. It's really pretty. So anyway, sent a message to my doctor, and I said, hey, I'm having these pains. They're worse than what my normal pains are. They woke me up in the night. I'm concerned. Do I need to come in and have an exam? Should I stop taking my medication? The whole thing. So they got back to me, and I went into, I saw the nurse practitioner on Friday. So the Friday that we just had. Today is Monday when I'm filming this. Okay, so this is number 21, Skull. I love this one. I love it so much. So I had these, I have one more of these. Oh yeah, it's right here. They're little wood things. I got them in Happy Mail from someone, and I've been treasuring them for a long time, but I really thought it'd be perfect on this. So anyway, so I went to see her. She examined me and, the whole thing. And she said, okay, well, I hate to say this, but I'm thinking it might be diverticulitis, or it could be a burst cyst, although I don't think that's really a possibility because I do have my ovaries, but I am postmenopausal by many years, and plus I'm on estrogen blocker, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. But so she said, and the only way to get a scan today is for you to go to the emergency room. So I went to my appointment to see her was like at 10. So I went straight to the ER, and I was there for 7 hours. Okay, this one is number 22. So October 22nd, Deadly Drink. Drink if you dare. And then I had this little sticker that's a little test tube, and then a skull, and then a little fly, and then just this backing paper. Okay, so that's that one. And so they took my blood, they took a urine sample, they finally took the CAT scan. And in between this, I kind of had a mini panic attack after sitting there for 4 hours. It's so weird, at least in our ER, they, you go in, you triage, or you check in, then you triage, and then they call you, and you go back, and they basically gave me a urine cup. And they said, okay, give us a sample whenever you can. So I did that, gave them the sample, and then you go back and sit down in the waiting room. And then I got called back again, and they want to take blood, and insert. In my case, they inserted an IV because I was going to have this CT scan with the what do you call it? The fluid they put in, the contrast. And so they put that in, left that in, and then make you go back out and sit more in the waiting room. And it was packed. The place was packed, packed, packed. Like sometimes if once you got up and you went back and you came back to sit down, there was no chair. And so, and on top of that, I hadn't eaten anything in a couple of days. And on that particular day, I had only taken 20 ounces of water with me, and that's all I had drank too. And so as the hours went on, I started feeling worse and worse and worse. My husband ended up coming and sitting with me, which was good because I had a little panic attack. And then I ended up having diarrhea, which I really hadn't had up till this point, but I had terrible diarrhea in the hospital and 3 or 4 bouts of it. And so then at that point where I started having a little panic attack, I felt like I was going to pass out. They came out and they did a blood sugar thing, and that was all fine and normal. She was afraid that I had low blood sugar, but I didn't. And they finally gave me a bed, but it was a bed in the hall because all the beds were taken. And it's not a small ER either. It's a big hospital, big ER. So this is I didn't write it. So this is number 23, Witch's Broom. And so I had these different stickers. And then at the last minute, I happened to find this one with the owl carrying the broom. Obviously supposed to be like Harry Potter-like, but I really liked it. So anyway, so at least I got a bed and I was able to, lay down, and I started, the panic attack passed, and, all the stuff that comes with it. And then they went and did the CAT scan, and then I had to wait. They said it'll be about 45 minutes to an hour. 2 hours later, I still hadn't heard back. So it was awful. The whole day was awful, and I was feeling awful, and basically, and they changed shifts while I was there. Okay, this was 23. I'm trying to think what the date is today. Today's the 27th, I believe. So we still have a few more to share. So I went home. So I got there at the ER around 11:30, and I didn't get home until like 6:45. So yeah, I was there for like 7 hours. And so at the shift change, the doctor who was kind of overseeing my care, she came over and she said, your blood work is good. Your urine is good. We have not heard back from the CT scan. If it comes back that there's something there, another doctor will come and talk to you about it. And otherwise, a nurse will come and she'll take out your IV, and then you can go home. So thankfully, that's what happened. The nurse came back and said, your CT scan was unremarkable, so you get to go home. So this is where I am. And I went all weekend without seeing any of the results of anything. And finally this morning, there were results in my chart. Okay, so this is 24, and it is monster. And if that's not monster-like, I just don't know what is. It's so creepy. So creepy. Okay, so number 24, monster. Okay. And then I'll say the next one real quick, which is 25, which is something scary to me. Clowns freak me out. Completely freak me out. So creepy, so scary. And that's what I did here. So that is so October 25. Something scary to me. Okay, so yes, so my blood work, yeah, it all looked good. My urine was good, and then the CT scan, everything was fine. So nothing on my bladder, nothing wrong with my kidneys, nothing wrong with my liver, no lesions, no weird spots. My lungs are clear. Just all that is clear. My intestines they said no lesions, nothing that they could see. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it, so anyway, I also forgot to tell you that on Friday when I saw the doctor or the nurse practitioner, she said, stop taking the Verzenio. So the Verzenio is the medication that's been making me feel so crappy for 17 months. Fatigue, muscle fatigue, where sometimes it hurts my legs to even go up the stairs, and just all, that medicine's been causing all of this for 17 months. So she said, stop taking it. Un- Unbeknownst to her, I had already stopped taking it the day before on Thursday. I was like, I'm not going to keep taking something that I know causes me discomfort when I'm already having terrible discomfort, worse than normal. So I stopped taking it on Thursday, and she said, yeah, just stop taking it. I have no intention to start taking it again because I am starting to feel better. It's been taken all this time. I finally, I still had a little bit of diarrhea after I came home, and now I've been 1.5 days without diarrhea. So that's good. I've been eating a very bland diet, just like broth and saltine crackers and yogurt. That today I actually ate some food. My husband makes all of our bread. So I had, a piece of toast, homemade toast with a half a slice of cheese and some avocado on it. No butter, no mayo, no nothing. And then some tuna fish, again, no mayo. I did sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on it so it wasn't so dry. And and I had that for lunch. So yeah, that's been my story. So I was in a lot of pain, and it hasn't been a fun week. And then of course the Mariners broke my heart, so we got that to deal with. And my daughter did come home. She actually caught an earlier flight home. So she's still pretty, she's not like sick, like needs to go to the doctor, but her whole head cold thing turned into a, now she has a cough, and so not fun. Okay, so now we're on to party, and I have this fun little sticker with these girls that are hanging around the cauldron. It looked like they were having a party to me. So that is number 26. Fun. And then number 27, which is today, is Jack-o'-lantern. And I used a digital from my friend Dahlia at Mandalay Cards and More. This is her Halloween digital from last year, and I did it on an index card, and I put some leftover paper from I brayered on some book pages, like to get the paint off when I was doing some jelly printing. So that's number 27. That's today, and that is Jack-o'-lantern. So that's my news. So I do go to see my doctor tomorrow. So I'll be there tomorrow morning for follow-up, and then just, hopefully when I say I don't want to go back on that medication, they'll won't give me any grief because I don't need that. So yeah, so you're basically all caught up with what's been going on my week. We had a big windstorm, and we only lost power for just like a couple minutes. We were very lucky because some people were without it for hours and hours. So that's good. And yeah, that's it. That's where we are. It's definitely fall. I am enjoying this challenge. I am glad that I made all of my cards ahead of time. Otherwise, I don't think I would have kept up. I have not worked in my little journal, so I have a lot of catching up to do for that. So I might work on that a little bit today and record it. I don't know when I'll share it, but and because I might have to record it in pieces and parts, and we'll see. So thank you for your prayers and well wishes and healing thoughts and all of that. I can always use them. Obviously, I get very scared. I was going to say nervous, but I get scared when weird things are going on in my body that I have cancer again. So, and that's just some PTSD that I'm going to have to work through. So yeah, so to have the CT scan come back and, because I'm worried, is it in my bladder? Is it in my kidneys? Is it in my liver? And everything looked good. So that always gives me relief until the next weird pain or ache or ailment comes along. But I think that goes with the territory of having cancer. But yeah, so that's where we are. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember to be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.